And there is one very important option that I want to show in details, because I think it's really powerful concerning the position limits. So let's remove this. I want to show you this option, the maximum risk per symbol. Okay, let's show you, let's see this one first. The maximum open risk per trade, let's say 100 USD. So once a trade reaches this risk, the trade will be closed. Let's select this and let's see what happened. I buy 6 contracts of this. Okay, this is not enough, of course, to reach these limits. Of course, let's take another, let's open this USD one, which is, let's buy 7 contracts. Okay, you see, with 7 contracts I was already losing $160, and so the position was closed. Let's try with 4. You see, I'm losing $93.95. So once I reach 100, the position is immediately closed, and I see this warning, right? However, and this example will allow me to introduce the next parameter. You see, in this case, I am losing $130 on the USD versus Chinese yuan. However, this position is not closed, because this is a risk associated to the single trade, and none of these trades is losing more than 100. So how do I impose a maximum risk on this position? I must use another option of the EMO Guardian, which I think is one of the most important and most powerful limits that you will see. That is this one, this maximum risk per symbol. Okay, so let's impose a maximum risk per symbol of 100 USD, and let's block the symbol for 2 minutes. So by doing this, once I reach a total risk of 100 USD, that symbol will be disabled, let's say, for 2 minutes. So I cannot trade the symbol for 2 minutes. Let me show you how this works. So let's bring up the same USD versus yuan. Okay. Okay, so now I have several positions opened, all on the same symbol, which is USD versus yuan, and they are currently losing 60, around $60. And once I reach this $100 risk, all positions should be flattened, and EMO Guardian should, prevent trading on USD versus yuan, which is not really preventing, is basically immediate flattening of any further attempt to trade that symbol. So let me show you. Let's buy something else, some more contracts to show the situation. So now we are losing 73, right? Let's buy something more. We are getting closer to 100. We're getting very close. Let's see. Let's see what happened. You see, once I reach this 100 watermark, all positions are closed. And now this symbol is blocked for 2 minutes, right? And if I make an attempt to trade it by buying something, let's see, this position is closed. of course, I can still trade other symbols. So this case is the Swiss franc, and of course I can also try to trigger the same on another symbol. Okay, now you know this USD Swiss franc has been flattened for 2 minutes, and of course each different symbol has a different timer, right? So the things will not get messed up. So now if I try to trade this Swiss franc, you know, I can't trade it, and you see now I received this warning saying that I can trade the USD versus yuan. So let's try to trade it. You see, this position is not flattened. On the other hand, if I try to trade the USD Swiss franc, I should be blocked. You see, the USD franc is blocked until 3 p.m. 12 minutes and 59 seconds. You see, so this is basically how this parameter work. And I think this is very, very important, because very often we lose a lot of money trading because we take too much risk on one single position. We average down, and by blocking that position for some minutes, we avoid compulsive behaviors. Now there is one further thing that I want to say about this option, and it is this. Many of you will think, okay, but you know what, I can sort of work around these risk limits by reducing the exposure. Let me explain. Let's say I buy, and here I am losing $84. And I think, you know what, I can simply reduce the risk, and then I can average down and I can do whatever I want. So now I had a total risk of $80, but now I reduce it to 34. So, I can still take more trades, okay, because now the risk is reduced to 34. In reality, what you did is insist on a trade which was not working. You reduced some size, okay, but now you're willing to still increase risk on that trade. Okay, so this is also a compulsive behavior. This is not something smart. You are basically trying to outsmart this expert advisor, and I will show you that this won't work. So in this previous trade, you have already taken a loss of $46. No, sorry, of $46. Okay, and what this what the EMO Guardian will do will consider this loss as part of the same trade. So it doesn't matter if you close part of the trade. This total risk is computed flat to flat. So you see now this trade has been closed, although the open risk was only 50, and I will show you why. So this trade, okay, which was closed partially to try to work around this limit imposed by the EMO Guardian, has been flattened, because this $100 risk is computed flat to flat. So you can't really try to outsmart the EMO Guardian trying to work around these limits. So check this trade, 22 plus 28, 0.28 plus 24.47 plus 36.36 plus 15.99 gives you $99.1. So basically, in some moment, this trade, reached an overall risk of $100, and it was flattened. No matter what you did to try to, work around the inner working is of EMO Guardian.